Hey guys, welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve this algebraic equation. So we have x squared plus x squared over x plus 1 squared is equal to 3. Now what I'm first going to do is I'm going to rewrite this as x squared times 1 over 1 plus 1 over x plus 1 squared is equal to 3. All I did was I factored out x squared. So now this is going to be equal to x squared times, now if I added these over, first off our denominator is going to be 1 times x plus 1 squared. So I have x plus 1 squared as our denominator. And for our numerator, we use cross multiplication. So if I cross multiply these two, I get x plus 1 squared times 1, which is simply just x plus 1 squared, plus 1 times 1, which is simply just 1. Now this is equal to 3. Now x plus 1 squared, that's going to equal x squared plus 2x plus 1. And then we have our plus 1 at the end here. And we simply have x plus 1 squared over here. Now this is equal to 3. Now 1 plus 1 is 2. So now I have x squared times x squared plus 2x plus 2 over x plus 1 squared is equal to 3. Now I can rewrite this as x squared times x squared over x plus 1 squared plus 2x plus 2 over x plus 1 squared. This is equal to 3. How I did this was I simply separated these two, because if you have something in the form a plus b over c, this is the same thing as a over c plus b over c. So now I have x squared times x squared over x plus 1 squared plus, now from 2x plus 2, I'm going to factor out 2. So now I have 2 times, now 2x divided by 2 is simply just x, plus 2 divided by 2 is 1. Now I have this over x plus 1 squared. This is equal to 3. Now, finally, if I multiply x squared, well, I have to distribute it, so I'll be multiplying with both terms. So first off, x squared times x squared over x plus 1 squared is simply going to be x squared to the power of 2 over x plus 1 squared plus, now x squared times 2 times x plus 1 is going to be 2x squared times x plus 1 over x plus 1 squared. Now this is equal to 3. Now these two can cancel out, and I'll be left with squared to the power of 2 over x plus 1 squared plus 2x squared over x plus 1. And this is equal to 3. Now, because both of these are to the power of 2, now if I have something in the form a to the power of m over b to the power of m, this is equal to a over b to the power of m. So in this case, I have x squared to the power of 2 over x plus 1 squared. So this would be equal to x squared over x plus 1 to the power of 2 plus, now I can have 2 times x squared over x plus 1 is equal to 3. Now I'm going to let u equal x squared over x plus 1. So now if I replace x squared over x plus 1 with u, I get u squared plus 2u is equal to 3. Now I can subtract 3 on both sides. So now I get u squared plus 2u minus 3 is equal to 0. Now 2u, this can be written as u squared plus 3u minus 3 is equal to 0. And now from u squared plus 3u, I'm going to factor out u, so I get u plus 3 minus, now I'm going to factor out negative 1 from negative u minus 3, so I get negative u plus 3 is equal to 0. This is negative 1, by the way. And now this gives me, if I factor out u plus 3, I get u plus 3 times u minus 1 is equal to 0. Now this gives me two equations. I have u plus 3 is equal to 0, and I also have u minus 1 is equal to 0. So for u plus 3, I simply have to subtract 3 on both sides, and I get u is equal to negative 3. Now for u minus 1 equals 0, I can simply add 1 on both sides, and I get u is equal to 1. Now, remember how we set u equal to x squared over x plus 1. So if u is equal to x squared over x plus 1, then we have two values of u is equal to negative 3 and u is equal to 1. So let's first try negative 3. So I have x squared over x plus 1 is equal to negative 3, the same thing as negative 3 over 1. So now I can cross multiply, and now I will have x squared is equal to negative 3x minus 3. So now if I add 3x on both sides, and I also add 3 on both sides, I get x squared plus 3x plus 3 is equal to 0. Now for this side, if u equals 1, I get 1 is equal to x squared over x plus 1. And 1 is the same thing as 1 over 1, so I have 1 over 1 is equal to x squared over x plus 1. Now if I cross multiply, I get x plus 1 is equal to x squared. Now I can subtract x and subtract 1 on both sides, so now I get x squared minus x minus 1 is equal to 0. Now I can use the quadratic formula to solve this, which is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So in this case, a is equal to 1, b is equal to 3, and c is equal to 3. So now I have negative 1 plus or minus, negative b, so negative 3 plus or minus the square root of b squared, so 9 minus 4 times 1 times 3 over 2 times a, which is simply 2. Now this is equal to negative 3 plus or minus the square root of negative 3 over 2, which is the square root of negative 3. This can be written as the square root of negative 1 times the square root of 3 over 2, and the square root of negative 1 is equal to I. So now I have negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 3i over 2. Now for a second equation here, I'm going to use the quadratic formula again. A is equal to 1, b is equal to negative 1, and c is equal to negative 1. So now I will have negative of negative 1 plus or minus the square root of negative 1 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 1 over 2 times 1. Now this is equal to 1 plus or minus the square root of 5 over 2. So now I have 4 total values of x. So these are our 4 solutions.